is John Doherty, you're watching Sport and Icon.
So, Zak Chelli versus Zak Chelli. This fight kicked off Fight Camp 4 in the Matchroom Garden, of course, on the Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin undercard. This was a very, very good fight. Both these guys fighting at super middleweight, which is kind of strange to see, but it was actually a very, very good fight. Didn't start off the fastest, not at all, but that was strategy. That was pure strategy from Zak Chelli, where you could see Zak Cullen, he was bouncing in and out and bobbing and weaving and trying to do a few feints, as in he was the busy one on his feet. But Zak Chelli wasn't really moving his feet too much. He was just a little bit inching here and there. He was preserving his energy. I think that to Zak Chelli, it was a case of he was going to catch Zak Cullen with one punch and stop him, or he was getting ready to save some energy to go down the stretch. Of course, both of these guys not quite used to super middleweight. Now, I got this kind of game plan from Zak Chelli from literally the first minute, when Zak Chelli wasn't moving his feet. He was just pretty much just stood there in the middle of the ring, just turning his hips from side to side, waiting to counter Zak Cullen. Zak Cullen was certainly more busy, but he wasn't landing more than what Zak Chelli did, which is kind of weird to say, isn't it? But Zak Chelli, I gave him the first couple of rounds because he was landing the more meaningful shots. Now, it's a bit of an argument as to who was dictating the fight, as to who was dictating the pace for this one. Of course, Zak Chelli, he was pretty motionless in this one and just being very, very patient. Zak Cullen moving in and out, bobbing and weaving and what have you. So who was really controlling the pace? It's very difficult to say. But for me, I gave the first 2 rounds to Zak Chelli. But round number 3, a big welt opened up under the left eye of Zak Chelli, and I thought, oh, okay, so maybe this fight is not going to go the distance. Maybe because it was so close to his left eye that it was going to swell up, because this is only round 3, they still had like another 7 rounds to go, that maybe it's going to swell up and potentially close the eye and the fight was going to get stopped. And that seemed to give Zak Cullen a bit more confidence, where he got like a bit more brave. Not that he wasn't brave in the first 2 rounds, but he was putting his foot more on the gas, to the point where he was having to make Zak Chelli actually move a fair bit. But once round number 3 was done and dusted, round 4, Zak Chelli, I think that maybe his corner was telling him it's not as bad as maybe what it's looked to your eyes, not going to close, it's going to be okay, just stick to the game plan. And round 4, I felt that Zak Chelli was gaining a bit more confidence after potentially being reassured by his team. But in round number 4, Zak Cullen, he got like a little bit of a cut above his left eye, and I don't know if his nose was broken, but it's certainly bleeding quite a lot. So both of these are going to feel it in the morning. They really are. It was a very, very good fight. It was very backwards and forwards. And Zak Chelli, even though he was playing the patient game, he wasn't the one bouncing in and out, running around the ring. But when he did let his hands go, it's almost like he'd go for motionless and pounce like a cat and start throwing combinations. And a lot of these were landing very, very flush on the head of Zak Cullen. And Zak Cullen, to be fair, he took some big, big shots, as did, like a once in a while, for Zak Chelli. Anyway, I'm not going to go through each and every round for you, but ultimately for me, I had Zak Chelli winning this fight by a good 2, maybe even 3 rounds. But the judges had it a draw. I'm not too sure if I agree with that one. Listen, I like both guys. I don't really have a horse in the race in this one. But I think if anybody was to really feel aggrieved by the result, I think Zak Chelli will probably feel aggrieved with that one. And especially as the fight went on as well, Zak Chelli was really putting his foot on the gas. He was really letting Zak Cullen have it. Now, how much of those shots were actually landing, I don't know, because Zak Cullen, his defense was actually pretty good in this fight. But I think more shots were landed and the pace was being dictated by Zak Chelli, in my opinion. So for me, I think that Zak Chelli won this fight, but hey, I'm not a judge, right? Anyway, the judges had this fight a draw. I personally don't believe so, but maybe you guys do. Maybe I was watching a totally different fight, right? Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all in the next video.